when I'm taking a look at Reis' team here, Reis seems to have some really tough matchups as well. But DeFi, we're moving into game number 1, and a terrible matchup for Reis. Immediately swaps out of the Mandibuzz, does not want to face that Walrein.
Yes, and Registeel we have seen today is a formidable opponent, but is definitely weak to these counters coming in from the Medicham. Medicham has to be aware of this. Zap Cannon is going to be met with a shield, but you can't block that attack debuff.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing these counters adding up very quickly for this Medicham. BubbleWrapper obviously wanting to retain Switch and be able to keep that Walrein lined up versus that Mandibuzz. The challenge that you run into here, however, is that this Medicham is unable to hit for even neutral damage with its charge move, so it's going to have to rely only on these fast moves, this counter fast move damage pressure. But you take a look at that, and you have to invest a shield in order to win this matchup, and you come out now 2-stage attack debuffed. This energy isn't going to go very far.
No, we are still stuck here with that Switch timer. Mandibuzz normally doesn't have to worry about ice punches from Medicham. Now it definitely doesn't have to worry, barely tickling the Mandibuzz here. So BubbleWrapper has to continue throwing, really waiting out for the opportunity to switch out of the Medicham.
So looking at this matchup now, whereas at the beginning it looked like a very bad matchup, this Mandibuzz is now going to come out with quite a bit of energy, probably maybe around 50% HP after this third Ice Punch. This is a lot of damage that BubbleWrapper is able to put out, but the shield advantage now goes to Reis, and we might see an instant swap out to his own Walrein, but no, not before the foul play comes through from the Mandibuzz.
Right, so BubbleWrapper having to make a decision here using the last Protect Shield or not, chooses not to shield the Walrein. We see Walrein stay in and met with the opposing Walrein. So we're going to be seeing these trainers looking for that Earthquake to get some of that larger amounts of damage. The catch!
Oh my gosh, a great catch. We see BubbleWrapper swapping into the Sableye at the last minute, able to catch what could be an Icicle Spear, but no, it is the Earthquake. That's a lot of damage. It is neutral damage, so hard to constitute that as a full catch. But that said, we now see the Icicle Spear coming through. A lot of this energy now getting used on the Sableye. Let's see if BubbleWrapper wants to use the last Protect Shield.
And does not. Allows the Sableye to go down, and then here is the Walrein with an Earthquake ready to go. Reis20CCASION using his first of 2 Protect Shields to protect his own Walrein.
No baits for BubbleWrapper, going straight for the Earthquake. That would have been a devastating blow, but a nice shield from Reis. Reis probably feeling a bit more comfortable now knowing that he's properly shielded 1 Earthquake. Do we go for the bait again? No, BubbleWrapper is going straight for the Earthquake, and Reis shields it again. Gotta feel good shielding 2 Earthquakes back to back.
Definitely. So Reis still, BubbleWrapper still has that 1 shield remaining, but chooses to use it here against the opposing Earthquake. So we are at no shields remaining in this battle.
All right, well, a brief pause there, but it looks like both trainers are now able to get to the Earthquake at the same time. It looks like we have a CMP event with Reis's Walrein winning this particular one, getting to the Earthquake. I don't know if this is going to be enough, is it? No, it is. So BubbleWrapper's Walrein does go down there, and we see Reis taking the victory in game number 1.
We do. I love the t-shirt that Reis is wearing, Dragon Rage with that Dragonite. That looks absolutely fantastic and caught my eye immediately. But what caught your eye, Wholesome, in that battle we just saw?
Well, it is very shiny, isn't it? What caught my eye initially was the lead matchup. I think that we had a very nice lead matchup for BubbleWrapper initially with the Mandibuzz lined up, or sorry, rather his Walrein lined up versus the opposing Mandibuzz from Reis. However, I really like the way that Reis played that matchup, bringing in the Registeel, knowing that probably your best answer is something that you're still going to have to invest a Protect Shield. In many cases, if you can come back into that matchup with energy up a shield, it might allow you to turn the tide for later on in the matchup, and that's exactly what we saw. There may have been some opportunity for BubbleWrapper there. We saw 3 straight Earthquakes. In many cases, we see some games that are played with, do I throw the bait move? Do I throw the hard-hitting move? And in this case, BubbleWrapper chose to throw Earthquake 3 straight times. Perhaps if there had been 2 baits and Reis had shielded those baits, it may have been a different outcome, but we'll never know.
No, we will not. It is very tough. You have to be able to read your opponent and try to figure out, are they going to throw the heavy hitting move or are they going to throw the less heavy hitting move and be able to preserve some of that energy to try to steal a shield away. So very, very tough calls here. Looks like the battlers are locking in for game number 2 in this best of 3 series.
Yeah, you got to feel good if you're Reis with a terrible lead matchup able to take the victory. Now with a much better lead matchup, able to align his Registeel versus this Walrein. Walrein will be able to hit super effective with the Earthquake, but no, not before this Registeel is able to get to the super effective Zap Cannon. Regardless of shield or not, this is going to debuff the Walrein 1 attack stage, and we see a swap out from BubbleWrapper.
Yep, and that swap out will clear the debuff away from the Walrein for later, and now we have Registeel versus Registeel, and these Pokemon are going to be going for the super effective Focus Blast damage, and we're going to start seeing these Protect Shields in use. So we have to decide. BubbleWrapper is going to use the last shield already in this matchup against the Registeel. So BubbleWrapper, no Protect Shields left remaining. Reis still has one.
Well, despite Registeel's bulk, I think both of these battlers understand how much value they get out, but we see a huge catch here, DeFi. The Focus Blast double resisted by the Trevenant. We didn't know where Trevenant was going to show up, but it is showing up in a big way here for Reis, able to catch the Focus Blast, and Reis is now in a great situation.
Yes, BubbleWrapper still is stuck in this matchup, waiting for the switch timer to go down, but not before Trevenant gets it to a Shadow Ball, and BubbleWrapper has no Protect Shields left, so this Shadow Ball is going to land, bringing Registeel down into very low health, and here comes the Walrein.
All right, well, this Walrein has a ton of energy, and we're going to see it thrown versus this Trevenant. Reis may feel that Trevenant has already had all the value that he needs, and yes, he lets it go down. The Trevenant is now fainted. We still have some energy on this Walrein. However, there are no shields left for BubbleWrapper. It's going to have to face off either versus this Registeel, and yes, Registeel with energy, going to be able to get to the Zap Cannon, and once again, this is the debuffing move. It will debuff the attack stage 1 stage, and we're now going to see this Walrein locked into this matchup, limping along a little bit, and oh no, it is not even able to hang on. That Zap Cannon was enough to take out.
Yes, and now this Medicham is in a very favorable position up against the Walrein. Medicham going for the Ice Punch, so like we mentioned earlier, trying to go for a bait move, and Reis shields.
So we do see the shield. Keep in mind, though, that we do still have lots of energy on this Walrein and a decent amount of HP still on that Registeel. Despite the positive matchups here for this Medicham, it's going to have to get through 2 Pokemon. But there it is. We have the huge Focus Blast coming through. This is going to take out the Walrein. If you're Reis, you got to be feeling a little bad for using that shield versus the Medicham's Ice Punch and not saving it there for that hard-hitting move. But this could be the farm down of a century. We have the Registeel with a ton of energy trying to get to the Zap Cannon. Is this going to be enough?
Zap Cannon is a very powerful move, but it only hits for neutral. I think this may be enough. We're about to find out. It is. The Medicham goes down.
All right.
Reis2CCASION rising to this occasion, winning 2-0.
Good game to both the battlers.